Welcome to Study Time, a televised home learning program produced by Rwanda Basic Education Board.
Hello, students. Are you okay? I hope you are fine. You're welcome to biology lesson, senior 5. We're on unit number 10, smoking and related diseases. And then the lesson of today is about the effect of cigarette smoking. So I hope you are ready. Make sure you have your notes, books where you can write some explanation. You're welcome again. So what is the objective of our lesson of today? At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the effect of different chemicals that can be found in the tobacco smoke on gaseous exchange. Remember, when we talk about this, the effect of this smoke, remember we breathe in. When someone is smoking, you can breathe in that smoke. And then what's the effect? So that's what we are going to see. And then we shall also describe about the different chemicals that can be found in the cigarette and its dangers. You're welcome again to this. Now, when we talk about cigarette smoking, what do you think about? It is very harmful for the health, for our health. It is very dangerous. That's why cigarette is not good. When you take cigarettes, when someone takes cigarettes, these cigarettes can affect every organ of the body. It's going to be affected. And then this can cause what? Can cause many diseases. And hence, this can reduce what? The health of smokers in general. What does it mean? In the smoke, in the cigarettes, there are many chemicals. And those chemicals, most of them, they are harmful. They are not good. That's why smoking is not good. So we shall see some of the effect of this cigarette smoking and then how it is affecting our life in general. Now, smoking causes more death each year compared to the other diseases. This can cause more death compared to other diseases like HIV. So there are some people that can die from HIV, but compared to the disease that can be caused by smoking can cause more death. Illegal drug abuse. This also causes death, but compared to the smoking can cause more death. Are you getting this? Alcohol use. Oh, those are the different diseases that can kill people, that can cause death to people. We have also these motor vehicle injuries when you get an accident on motorcycle. So we have this firearm-related incident. All these diseases, they can cause death. But compared to the death caused by smoking is the one that can cause more death each year compared to these diseases we're talking about. You see how smoking is very dangerous? It is very dangerous for our health. So we want to see this. So now, what you can know about this, smoking causes about 90%. It means, when you talk about 90%, it means 9% out of 10 people of all, they can be killed by what? By cancer death. Are you getting this? Which means, for the smokers, 90% of those people who smokes, they can be killed by lung cancer, which comes from the effect of smoking. Are you getting this? So you see how smoking is very dangerous? So not only it can cause lung cancer in men and women. 90% of the people who smoke can be killed by what? By lung cancer. You see? Smoking is not good. However, the people they are doing that, but it is not good for the health. So more women die from lung cancer each year than from the breast cancer. So you see how smoking is very dangerous. So compared to the breast cancer for women, the lung cancer is the one that can kill more women compared to the one that can be killed by what? By this breast cancer. While about 8% that can be killed by these chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases are caused by smoking. So this COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, is also a disease that happen due to the smoking, which are serious. So you see, cigarette smoking increases the risk of death for all causes in men and women. So which means for the smokers, either men or women, they have high percentage of dying. They have high risk to get the death. They have high risk to get what you call lung cancer. So now, what are the dangers of chemicals that's found in tobacco smoke? When we talk about tobacco smoke, you understand what that? Those are smoke that come from the smoking, when someone is smoking. So there are chemicals that are contained in that what? In that smoke. Smoke inherits about 7,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke, you see? In cigarette smoke, there are about 7,000 of what? Of chemicals. And then most of them, they are what? They are harmful. You see? 7,000 of chemicals in the tobacco smoke. You see, my friend, it is very dangerous to smoke. Have you seen some people smoking even around you? Even sometimes you can see where you are living, people are smoking. But even if they are doing that, make sure you can even give them advice about, then you explain for them the dangers of this smoking. So however, they can hear what you are saying, and then they continue to do that. But you have done your job. So that's why we have this lesson. It's just to know the dangers of this smoking. So now, many of these chemicals, among these 7,000, come from burning tobacco leaf. Remember, tobacco leaf, those are the leaves that can produce these cigarettes, where cigarettes come from. Some of these compounds are chemically active and trigger profound and damaging changes in the body. So which means most of these chemicals, they can cause changes and damage the body cells. Are you getting this? Nice. So now, you see, we are continuing with dangers of chemicals in tobacco. Tobacco smoke contains over 60 known cancer-causing chemicals. 60, my friend. 60 chemicals that can cause cancer. Smoking, it is not only harming the lungs. It can also damage almost all the body parts, every organ in the body. Have you seen someone who smoke, how the nails are? They change the color. Even the lips, they do change the color. You see? This is very dangerous. Even in many diseases, many respiratory diseases can be caused by smoking, reducing the health in general. So which means when you use these cigarettes, your health is not good. Are you getting this? Nice. So what are the chemicals that found in some of the chemicals? Because we have 7,000 of chemicals, but we can see some of them that are more damaging. So first of all, let's talk about tar. Tar, this is one of the chemicals that found in the what? In the smoke. Tar is a collective term used to describe toxins produced by smoking cigarettes and then coating the press on the lungs, coating the lungs. You see? Tar is one of the chemicals, collecting of toxin chemicals. It just is a group of chemicals that can now coat on what? On the lungs. They cover the lungs, and then the lungs starts to do what? To become brown. You see, tar to change the color. You see how tar is very dangerous. To see the dangers of this tar, you can see for those people who smoke how their nails look like, how they do look like. So they become brown, they become blue, they can change, even the lips. So tar is sticky and brown. So the color of this tar is brown. And then it is stick, which means when it reaches into the lungs or to the other parts, it can stick there. And then starts to do what? To stain, to change the color. It can change the color of what? The color of the teeth can be changed. You can try to see someone who smoke, how the teeth look like. Even the fingernails, they do change the color. The color are changing. And also the lung tissues. You see? If tar gets inside of the lungs are going to change the color. I'm going to show on the screen the diagram. You see? This is very dangerous. Tar contains the carcinogen, which is also called benzoin or pyrene. So when you inhale this carcinogen, it is toxic. So can go and then coat the lungs, cover the lungs. And then much the same way that salt from the rocks fire coats chimers. You see, when the salt, you know salt? Not salt which comes from the fire. When you burn the trees, you see the smokes that comes from there. So those smokes, you see how they look like? Suppose those smokes get into the lungs and then cover the lungs. The lungs is going to change the color. It's going to become it's going to change the color, you see? You see? You can look on the screen. This is now our lungs. That's how they look. This is the healthy one, the healthy lung. You see? They look wonderful. So now, for the smokers, you see how it has changed. It changed into this color, brown. So this lung, do you think this lung is going to work efficiently? Sometimes there are lung cancer that can develop here. That's how the lungs for the smokers look like. You see? Nice. So this is due to, this change of the color is due to the what? To the tar, pieces of the tar. if you want to see, to know really what's happened when the tar reaches into the lungs. So you can look for the nails, fingernails of someone who do what? Who smoke. You see how it looks like. So another chemical that's found in the tobacco smoke is what you call nicotine. This is very poisonous. You can say it even poisonous. Poisonous that's found in the tobacco. This is nicotine. Nicotine. It's the addictive drug in tobacco. Actually, most of the people, when they smoke, the one that attracts them to be addicted for smoking is this nicotine. You see? So that's caused smokers to continue to smoke because of this nicotine. This is the one that stimulates smokers to continue smoking. And then even to lift this, it is not easy. But the people can try. You see? And this also can affect the brain activity, my friend. If this nicotine reaches into the brain, you know what's going to happen, my friend. The brain can change how it works. It can be stimulated and work at the level which is not normal. You see? Because of this nicotine. So addicted smokers need enough nicotine over a day to feel normal. That's why sometimes if you see smokers, to spend one day without taking cigarette, it is not easy. So you know what attracts them? It is because of this nicotine which is in the tobacco, which is very dangerous, which is very toxic. You see? So they actually, why the people they do smoke? Actually, is to satisfy craving, control their mood. Sometimes they say, I'm not good because I'm not smoking. But I don't think if it is right. It is not right. It's just to make you unhealthy. So those people who smokes. So now let's see how the nicotine can affect the brain. The nicotine which is found in tobacco. The brain is made up by billions of nerve cells, you see? We have talked about this. So those nerve cells, they are the ones that carry information, carry impulses, information, just to ensure the communication of what? Of the body. These nerve cells, they do communicate by receiving what you call neurotransmitters. Those neurotransmitters, those are the chemicals that can help in the transmission of the impulse. They do help impulse to be transmitted from one nerve cell to another one. So now, each neurotransmitter is like a key that fits into a special lock called the receptor. So we do have receptor on the postsynaptic membrane on the nerve cells, and this neurotransmitter, they do activate the receptor nerve cells to do what? To allow impulse to be carried. So now, nicotine, what nicotine is going to do? It's going just to interfere with these neurotransmitters. The neurotransmitters, they do fail to work convenably to control the nerve impulse transmission. You see? These nicotine have shape like that of neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. So now, if nicotine reaches on the brain, you know what's going to happen? It can cause, you see, it is attached to the acetylcholine. And then this can hinder the acetylcholine to do what? To work, you see? You see how the smoking is not good. So this is a chemical that's found in the tobacco, this is nicotine, that can cause the brain to not work convenably. See? So another chemical is carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide, you know it? This is very dangerous. If this This can cause, it is very dangerous. It is odorless gas. It does not have the color. And then it is fatal, which means it can cause the death. When you breathe this carbon monoxide, this can cause, can hinder, can inhibit oxygen to get into the lungs. You see? When it inhibits oxygen to get into the lungs, you know what's going to happen. We are going to lack enough oxygen. When we lack enough oxygen, so we can even die. You see? So it is also called the silent killer. You see? Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. This is a very dangerous gas we have. If it gets into the lungs, it is a problem. You see? Each red blood cells contain a protein called hemoglobin that transports oxygen molecules around the body. So now what's going to happen when you breathe in carbon monoxide? This carbon monoxide is the one that's going to bind on what? On hemoglobin. When it binds on hemoglobin, when the oxygen comes, fail where to bind. Then finally, you will have a problem of what? Of having this oxygen. So the body will not get enough oxygen. And then even the other organs, for the brain will not get enough oxygen, heart the same, and also muscle and organs. And then what's going to happen? This can lead to the serious damage of tissue. When carbon monoxide reaches into the tissues, they are going to be damaged. You are going to lack oxygen. If you lack oxygen into the tissues, so those tissues, they are going to be damaged. Then finally, it is a death. Let's give you an example if you want to know. You know, this charcoal burner we use at home when we cook. This charcoal burner, if you sleep where it is, in the same room, what's going to happen? You will die. You know why? Because that charcoal burner, it's going to produce carbon monoxide. It consumes oxygen to be burned, and then it releases carbon monoxide. Then when you are sleeping, you breathe in carbon monoxide. So finally, this carbon monoxide, when it reaches into the tissues, you know what's going to happen? The tissues are going to be damaged. And then finally, you die. That's why to sleep in the room where there is this charcoal burner, it is forbidden. It is not allowed because it can cause the death. It is very dangerous. That's why when you have this charcoal burner, make sure it is not around where the people are sleeping. You see? So other chemicals that found in the tobacco is this hydrogen cyanide, which is also very dangerous. You see, this cyanide stops the lung clearance. So the lungs are clear, but when this one is there, it can cause the lung to be not clear. You see, and this also can damage lungs. So among these hydrogen and cyanide, we have these hydrocarbons, nitrogen oxide, organic acid, phenol, and the oxidizing agent. So other chemical is these oxidizing chemicals. These oxidizing chemicals, they are also found in the what? In the smoke. So this can damage the blood vessels and the muscles. So which lead to the what? To the fatty material to be built on what? On the vessels. So this can now cause the heart disease and even stroke. You see? Other chemicals, it is metals. We do have also metals in the smoke. Tobacco smoke contains dangerous metals, including arsenic, cadmium, and lead. Those are metals that can be found in the what? In the smoke, tobacco smoke. So this can also, they do contain this toxin called carcinogens, which also can cause danger to our body. Other are radioactive compounds. So they do have this that are known to be carcinogenic. You see? Now, By conclusion, smoke, tobacco smoke, cigarettes, is not for our health. Because it can cause what? It can cause lung cancer. We shall see this in the next lesson. It can affect the respiratory system. It can affect our health. Are you getting this? It can cause the heart diseases. Because let's see some dangers of these chemicals that found in tobacco smoke, like this. We have seen tar. You see, tar that can coat the lungs and hinder its functioning, cause the lungs do not work in a good way. So we do have also this nicotine that can also affect the brain working. So can affect the brain to not work efficiently. Are you getting this? We do have also this carbon monoxide, which is very dangerous, which even can cause the damaging of the tissues. We do have also this hydrogen cyanide, oxidizing chemicals, metals, and radioactive. All these, they are dangerous. We have seen that in the tobacco smoke, we have 70,000 chemicals. All those, they can do what? They can cause the problem. Now, we can see the activity. So you will explain the effect of tar on the respiratory system. And then finally, you will outline any 4 harmful chemicals that found in the cigarettes, and then you explain even their effect. So make sure you continue to do the research. I can say goodbye. We shall meet by next time. Bye.